Our next part is finding the GCF when there's variables involved. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm looking at 24x squared y and 56x to the fourth y cubed z. And I say, well, what is in common? Well, I know that I can divide a 2 out of both of these, which 24 divided by 2 is 12, and I still have my x squared y. And then 56 divided by 2 is 28, x to the fourth, y cubed, z. So then I go ahead and draw another box, and I know I can divide out another 2. So we'll divide out another 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6, x squared y, excuse me, and 28 divided by 2 is 14, x to the fourth, y cubed, z. And I know I can keep going. 6 and 14 can both be divided by 2 again. 6 divided by 2 is 3, x squared, y, and 14 divided by 2, is 7, x to the fourth, y cubed, z. 3 and 7 I can't divide up, so now I need to start taking a look at those variables. I see they both have an x in common, so I'm going to divide out an x. 3 stays the same. X squared divided by x is x, and then I have a y. And then over here I have 7. X to the fourth divided out an x is x cubed, y cubed, z. And then I see they have another x in common. So if I divide out another x, I get 3y, and then I get 7x squared, y cubed, z. I don't have any more x's in common, but I see that I still have a y in common. So I'm going to divide out a y. That leaves me with 3, and then 7x squared, y squared, z. So my GCF is going to be everything down that column. So 2 times 2 times 2 times x times y. So 2 times 2 times 2 times x times y, which means that my GCF is 2 times 2, which is 4, times 2, which is 8, and x times x, which is x squared, and y. Now LCM, I need to take the L, which is a lot more information. So I take my 8x squared y that I got for the GCF, and I multiply that by 3 and by 7x squared y squared z, which means that my GCF, rather than doing 8 times 3 and then that times 7, I want to do 3 times 7. Actually, even better, 8 times 7 is 56. 56 tripled. So 50 times 3 is 150. 6 times 3 is 18, which I take 18 plus 150, I get 168. And then I have x squared, so that's x to the fourth. And then I have y and y squared, which is y to the third, and z. Now I will tell you, I took them all out one at a time. If you can recognize right off the bat when you're dividing out the variables that you can divide out an x squared right away in one step, go for it. So that's what we're going to try in this next problem. So we have here 68 to the fourth b cubed and 75a squared b. I know that I can divide out, I can't divide out a 2, but I can divide out a 3. So I'm going to divide out 3. 60 divided by 3 is 20, a to the fourth b cubed. 75 divided by 3 is 25, and then I still have my a squared b. Well, I know that 20 and 25 are divisible by 5. 20 divided by 5 is 4a to the 4th b cubed. And 25 divided by 5 is 5. And then I still have a squared b. Well, 4 and 5 are right next to each other, so I know they have no common factors. But I see that one of them has 4 a's, one has 2 a's. That means they both have 2 a's in common. So I'm going to divide out an a squared, which leaves me with 4. A to the 4th, divide out the a squared, I still have a squared, plus the b cubed. And then 5, if I divide out the a squared, I don't have any a's left, but I have b. Then I look and see that I've got 4 and 5 are taken care of, the a's were taken care of. Now I still have a b in common with both, so I'll divide out the b, which leaves me with 4a squared, and then b cubed divided by b is b squared, and 5b divided by b is 5. So my GCF is what I multiply down the sides, 3 times 5. Go ahead and change my color so you can see this. 3 times 5 times a squared times b, which gives me 15 a squared b. And then for my LCM, I have to follow the L. So I've got my 15 a squared b that I found for my GCF times 4a squared b squared times 5. So 15 times 4 gives me 60. 60 times 5 is 300. And then we have, when I look through here, I've got 4 a's and 3 b's. So a to the 4th, b to the 3rd, which is my LCM.